Hey guys, I'm back. So I've got two things I'm going to cover real quick. I was led to review a dream, and I just put something together. I knew that I was wrestling in the spirit, and I was being led to discern something, and I got it this morning. I had a dream where I saw an angel, throw a rock at Earth, and he had it in his hand. And right before he threw it, he looked over his right shoulder back at the gates, like at the throne of heaven. And the Most High, Yahuah, gave him permission. And I felt the angel nod his head and then look down and, with fury, power, throw this rock. One thing that I was led to, that has to do with the state of the world. There's all this talk of comets and, meteors and everything and asteroids, but we all know that the Most High is in charge. Yahuah is in charge from beginning of end, every square inch of the earth. And what I was led to is, how we hear about these underground bunkers and everything. I have researched that they've been building these things for over 120 years in preparation for something. They haven't been building them for fun, okay? They're dead serious about something. What if this supposed famine or lack of food or whatever they're speaking about is actually because they're taking all the food underground to these cities? Because I flat out had another dream I was given, that Yahuah gave me, where I saw an underground city that was fully functional, and I mean high tech. And to get into the city, you had to have what I guess was the mark of the beast. It was a chip, and then they let you in. They scanned you and let you into the city. And anyone who didn't have the chip, you took it at the door, because something happened on Earth and people were terrified. And I believe it was maybe that rock being thrown at Earth. But there were also giants on the surface of the Earth, big giants wreaking havoc. So that had to do with it too. Because I think all these things, I believe, and I can back it up in scripture if you follow the flow of revelation, that these things kind of happen quickly in sequence. Now, I believe that the war in that country that I won't say, or the video will get deleted, that is one of the largest areas for the growing of wheat. There was something that I saw that I thought was weird. What if they're just using, quote unquote war as a cover to go harvest all the wheat, ship it to, these islands and these bunkers to go underground? What if that is the whole ploy? And I'll tell you, I had a dream once where I saw a guy in a fatigue on a huge harvester. He was in fatigues, military fatigues, and he was driving this big, farm wheat harvester. I did not understand it. I thought it was just bizarre, but now I just put it together this morning. So I believe that not only do they know from a lot of the writings that they have hidden from mankind. Yes, they have. We have what we need for our salvation, because we don't put faith in this world or faith in the power of men or these wicked ones. We put our faith in salvation in Yahuah and his promise and our Savior. But they don't. They are cut from a different cloth, and they know this. They know that they turned and they don't choose the living God. They want to live by their own way, and their father being the devil. So they have these plans to somehow try to survive and jump through time. And that goes back to the whole thing of how they are trying to take the soul out of a person and put it into a machine, which I know they can already do that. They're not trying to do that. They've been doing that for 70 years. There's proof and documentation, declassified things that talk about how they could map your brain, that is somehow linked to your soul or your personality, and then put it in a machine and build it with 3D printing and link all the neurons. And it's very strange. I'm not sure how they do it, but all this adds up to them knowing that that Yahuah's had enough. You know, it was probably 7 months ago, guys. One night I was just praising and crying out to the Father in heaven, and I felt this just disappointment from him. He wasn't angry in the sense of he wanted to destroy something. He was just shaking his head in the spirit, and I felt it. And I felt his sorrow. I felt that he wasn't repenting at that moment like he did during the flood that he had made man. But the stench of evil of this world had reached Yahuah's nostrils, and he knew the beginning from the end from the beginning, because he is the mighty one, the great one, the creator. But he was still hoping. He has that free will in us, so that he's with every ounce of his being and might, he wants people to be saved, everyone to make it. But he knows it's not going to happen, because again, free will. That is the greatest action of love, outside of him coming in the flesh to die for us, ever, is giving his creation free will. But all this stuff adds up, guys. And they've always talked about comets and asteroids, for the last 30 years. But notice how the solar observatories, it was 6-7 years ago, they all shut down. Remember that day that they shut them down, kicked everyone out, and then shut the town down that these solar observatories were in. They have the Lucifer. I mean, come on. People talk about the Roman Catholic Church. Look, they have a telescope named Lucifer. Come on. Their true agenda has come through, and there's a very dark spirit over that, that organization. But anyways, they have that telescope looking for something in the heavens, and I believe that they saw the shift and the change, and, whether, they somehow saw the angels lining up and preparing to judge earth and all that. But they've been preparing for this stuff, and I've really prayed to put this together good, because this is not easy. I put myself at great risk in the channel to talk about things like this, because they already consider us cattle. They're not concerned. They're not going to tell us when it's coming, how it's coming. That's why the Father's been giving us dreams and really pouring his spirit out to reel people back to him, because he knows his judgment is coming, because he's good. There's no darkness in him. He is only good. And people attribute really bad things that happen to the Creator, to Yahuah, and it's no, because free will, because he loves his creation. And he knew in the beginning, if he had just said, you know what, I'm not going to create mankind because I know what they're going to do, but yet I want to have a relationship with them and have a creation that loves me truly, that like a true form of love. He desired that. Without free will, you can't have that. That's like chaining your child in your basement, as they get older, because you don't want them to leave. They love you. They will always love you. But, these things are happening so fast, and then you have the pestilence thing, which, over a year and a half ago, I shared that, I was shown something happening on earth, and then, a plague, and then these fallen watcher angels literally came. They were on the surface of the earth with the cure, and they had celebrities with them. So I think that plays into that, because the celebrities were like, don't worry, don't be afraid, these are our, creator or whatever, these are angels, and, they sent, they're going to do something really, really deceptive. But I know they're liars. But the rapture happens before that. Okay? And, that's, another thing. All right, the movie, I want to share this real fast. Gosh, I saw this morning, guys. There is a movie called Night of the Comet. And I saw it when I was young. And a lot of you have seen others cover this and talk about it. But I just want to share it because I think it's very important. But in that movie, okay, two things happen. This comet is talked about and everything, and people are out partying and not worried about it. Well, it flies close to Earth, over the Earth. I don't think it hits the Earth. But when it does, there's like a flash of light people see, like lightning or like a bright flash of light. And then, you know, the next scene in the movie is there's just piles of clothes everywhere because people, they weren't evaporated, they disappeared. And I believe that that is, you know, the evil one blaspheming Yahuah's plan of rapture, because they always turn it on its head. You know, the evil one in Hollywood turn it on its head. They don't tell you exactly what it is, but they show you what happens. That is the rapture in that movie, The Night of the Comet. And, you know, and then here's what happens, and this lines up with the dream I had of zombies. See, I'm pouring this all out right now because I don't know how much time. I think I'm pretty sure my channel won't be around much longer. Not of my choice, but I'm working on a backup. So, you know, and then after the comet came and, you know, there was people left on Earth that did not either disappear, you know, then you had the zombies come out and they had to deal with the zombies. And then there was a cleansing rain, which may symbolize, like, you know, the pouring out of, you know, the cleansing of the earth before Yahuah comes back and makes his kingdom on heaven, of heaven on earth. I don't know. But, you know, that's a lot right there. That's a lot to process. And it's not easy, guys, because processing this stuff and, you know, putting myself at great risk. I mean, besides the spiritual attacks, I also, you know, get attacked by other believers and stuff. And I don't worry about that because, you know, I pray for them and then, you know, pray for their deliverance. And I say believers, a lot of them aren't. There's, you know, they're mockers and scoffers. They haven't truly come back to the truth. But all of that said, this seems like this timeline is soon. You know, we have the sign. I don't look for signs specifically, but they are there for us to, you know, in the heavens. And there's some really key ones up there that, you know, because have no doubt the Most High, that's all at His command. The heavens, the earth at His command, you know. And all of these things kind of just coming to a waypoint, you know, what I mean by a waypoint, coming to converge. And, I mean, it's an awesome time to be alive. It's also, you know, I truly believe, and I've shared this, but people ask, you know, about the purpose of life, okay? Well, I think that your purpose, I've found that purpose in life here is coming to the truth. Is remembering, snapping out of your slumber, remembering, oh my gosh, my Creator came down and died for me so that I could make it back home with Him. What kind of love is that? What? And I wish more people understood that. You're the one who made you, the Creator of everything, came in the flesh to die for you. And coming to that truth, I believe, is, you know, is your life revolves around that truth. Once you know it, it does. It revolves. You can't shake it. And once you come to that truth, your soul desires to be with Him, to be in His presence. It's such a great capacity that it's hard to contain it. You know? I want to go home. I do. And that was another thing too, guys, is that there are people here that love their life to death. You know, they hear about the rapture like, oh, that sounds horrifying. You mean I'm going to get taken away from, like, my job and my promotion and my Mercedes and my video games? What? That sounds like torture. Or from all, you know, my 10 boyfriends and 10 girlfriends and, you know, my girlfriend on the side, but I'm married, and all the drugs and alcohol. Like, that's what they say. And you're like, what? You want to escape those things because they are all a lie. There's no truth in this world. Outside, the Creator came and died for you. Don't be a fool. Look, I love you guys. Time is short. Pray for each other. Don't love your life until death. I don't love my life. I truly know that everything I have belongs to Yahuah. It's in His hands. The Father in heaven, the Creator. I know that. And it's written in your DNA, but still there's some that, here's the other thing, you know, the ones that are like, I don't want to experience that or get taken from the earth. Are you crazy? What about my, you know, you have to understand that this is all temporary. This is temporal. Okay? So give thanks for what you have experienced, what you have done. Give thanks to the one who puts you in the position to do those things. No greater love, guys. All right, I got to run. That's a big thing on the comet thing, you know, about how they know it's coming and it's possible that they are harvesting all the food off the face of the earth to take it underground and you know, try to survive this thing. That's what I believe is happening. I believe it's been happening, you know. And then they have, you know, the CERN opening up these, you know, whatever portals to bring in these other entities so that after this happens, or to help with the deception, you know, because they're going to have bodies too. When you're in this world, unless you've been cursed like the Nephilim to walk as spirits, you know, they're going to make bodies for these spirits, and they're going to just try to deceive mankind. You know, we made you, we sent the Messiah. Like, what? That's blasphemy, like beyond blasphemy. But a lot of things happening, guys. I got to run. I love you guys. We'll talk soon, okay? Bye.